We'll let some people join in. And what's this? What's this clicking noise that you're making?
Oh, I'm just setting up my screen. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not able to see your screen. Can you bring your screen in so that we have it ready for a screen share for when we start?
Yes.
Okay, I think we are live now, and we have some people joining in, and so which is great. And so we'll just get started, right? Oop, I heard something. Ah, you shared your screen. Okay, got it. Awesome. So we'll just get started now. Hello and welcome to this live, and thank you for joining in. I'm Yash, co-founder and chief executive at Clientjoy, and today I'm joined by Anupama, co-founder and chief of products at Clientjoy. Anupama, say hello.
Hello, everyone.
We've joined in today to talk about how to import your data within ClientJoy. This is one of the most critical steps because if not done correctly and diligently, it can have long lasting and detrimental impact on your efficiency and on your ability to extract value from ClientJoy. While there are guides, tutorials, and articles that we've written to help you get through the process of moving from one software systems or any other software systems to ClientJoy already, we thought it will be helpful to have a detailed video demo for the same as well. So here are some of the things that we'll be talking about. We'll talk about creating custom fields, importing your leads, working with sample CSV files that we have in ClientJoy, importing your clients, and using tags and other attributes to have a smooth import. So get ready with your questions because I'm looking at the comment box like a bull looks at a red flag. This also sets up the groundwork for setting up multiple sales pipelines and lead forms, which we are currently working on and will be out soon. More on that later. And before we talk about setting up Clientjoy, though, let's look at why we are doing this live series. Right? One of the key things why we started this live session series was because when were looking at our help chat and support tickets, we found that most folks had questions around things that are already possible within Clientjoy. But because the features were not discoverable, our users were deploying some sort of inefficient workaround, and we've always wanted to make Clientjoy as simple and as minimalistic as possible. But even though we try to do that, since there are over 150 features in the product, some things get lost and buried within menus. The goal of this live session is to share some journeys of the product that will make using Clientjoy even more blissful and efficient for you. If you'd like to help us make Clientjoy better for you, I'd recommend you join our beta program on clientjoy.io/partner/beta. What this would do is that before we release our next feature, we'll give you early access to test it out and offer feedback and improvements around flow, structure, and use cases for that feature. Your feedbacks would make sure that when we make a wider release for all of our 4,000 plus agencies and 9,000 plus freelancers in 90 plus countries, it is flawless for all of them. Again, to sign up on clientjoy.io/partner/beta and start sharing your thoughts and feedbacks with us on every major feature release that we make. Also, if you're new here, I recommend joining our Facebook community of 1,400 freelancers and agency owners on facebook.com/groups/clientjoy. This community is a safe space where you can ask questions, answer other people's questions, or just share what you're going through as well. We use this space to learn about what is going on in the agency space and as a sounding board of what we should do next in the product. You could get software recommendations, learn industry standard best practices, and share your experience as well. Again, the community is available at facebook.com/groups/clientjoy. Lastly, if you've been around for a while, you know that we at Clientjoy are working at an express pace to deliver value to you. Now, there is a place where you can check those features out as well. Just head over to updates.clientjoy.io and you will see our meticulous releases along with use cases and documentation ready for you to explore and start using within Clientjoy. Again, our update log is available at updates.clientjoy.io. Now that I'm done with my hidden agenda, let's get started with looking through importing your data into Clientjoy and what it can do for your business. Oh, but wait, before we do that, I have a question for you, Anupama. Anupama, knock knock.
Who's there?
Two.
Who?
It's whom, Anupama. It's not who. Get your who's and whom's worked out worked out properly. It's supposed to be to whom. But anyways, Anupama, to you.
Okay, sure. Okay. Yeah. So, hi everyone. So today we'll be talking about how to import your contacts in ClientJoy. So whenever you are starting up, these are the first things. This is one of the first activity that you have to do in Clientjoy. It's bring all your sales leads, all your contacts into Clientjoy sales pipeline. So today we will be looking
And so
at
before we start, is it possible
yes,
for you to zoom in a little bit on the screen so that it becomes a little better for everyone who's looking at it on the live stream?
sure.
Yeah, this is better.
Okay, it's better.
Yep, yep.
Cool. So, okay, so today we will be talking about some I'll be showing you some sample files as to how can you import your leader, how your import file should look like, things to take care before you import. Like while importing, what are the steps? How do you handle errors if any error come when imported? And finally, checking like if your import was complete or not complete. Okay, so I'll just share my screen. It's already shared. I'll show you a sample file. It's just here. Okay, so this is the sample file which I have created for importing. You can see that this is an Excel kind of Google spreadsheet. Similar, you can have an Excel sheet.
You
What
need
happens
to
with
zoom in on
CSV?
that as well.
Okay. Okay. Just let me know when it is perfect for the screen.
Just
I
go in
think
one
this
more.
is
Yeah, I think this is this.
good.
Sorry. Yeah, this does the trick. This is much more than we need, but yeah, a couple of subtractions is good enough.
Okay. Can you see it? Okay. So when you have to import your contacts in Clientjoy, you need a CSV file to import that. So right now we only file because that is the format that you can get from anywhere. So if you are managing your contacts in an Excel sheet or in a Google sheet, or you are doing it in some other tools like Drive, HubSpot, you can CSV format. Here also I can show you that if you want to export, this is the option that we use, right? Okay. So whatever information that you have about your contacts, so you need to create costs for that, and all the data about your leads for your contacts needs to be in it. You can see that my file has first name, last name, email, website, company, source, deal size, request notes, stage. So all of the agencies will have this data in different format. If you're exporting it, they will have different columns. So what you need to know is that like how many data fields are already present in Android. So by default, we give some basic bare minimum fields, which is your related to your name, name of the contact, company of the contact, deal size. Rest of the data that you want to import, you need to actually create custom fields for that. So I'll be showing you that as well. Just show you how do you do that. So you go to, if first is like you check like fields are available, just create on the new lead form. Here you can the fields which are available. So these are the custom fields which are available. You need to create more. You just click on add custom field from here. This will open a form. Just give it a name. Select a type. So ensure your field types are correct. If you want to, take numbers, then you are choosing numbers. If you want to take text format, then you are choosing the text format. This is very important because otherwise, when you are importations after the import, like to just ensure that whatever there are like no waste data or like garbage numbers are not coming. So what is that? If you have chosen number, then we will ensure that no alphabet spaces, hyphens, those kind of data is coming. So whenever you are creating a custom field, ensure that uh, what is it, the data type that you are choosing. Second is if you are using options like tags, multi-select options, which have So let's say here in my example, I have requirement as a field, right? So whenever I'm creating a lead in Clientjoy, there is a drop down that comes where I choose like which are the, what is the requirement of this lead. So is it a logo design, website design, content creation? So that's a multi-select options. So if you have anything like multi-select options or maybe tags, ensure that all those tags or all those like multi-select options or select options are already being created. So just take you to the custom fields. You can directly access it from here. So you can see that requirements is the field which I already have in here. Number of employees, something which is a custom field, which is not available in Clientjoy by default. So I've created it with the type number. If there are multiple options possible, I will just, let's say that digital marketing is something that I am getting in, but it was not present earlier. So I will just create one more option here and update it. If you have notes, you can add notes. If you have tags, you can put them by comma separated values. If you have a stage, like if you want that this lead should enter into a particular stage, so you just create a column of stage and enter that name of the stage. If you do not add a stage in the sheet, what happens is that we add it into the first stage of your sales pipeline. So your lead will go to the Kanban view once. Okay, so these are the stages. This is the sales pipeline of your lead. So when you are importing it, if you are not defining that which stage you want them, they will go in discovery because discovery is my first stage. If you want them to go into, for example, in conversation stage, then you just create a column stage and put in conversation over here. So we do a text matching, so the name should be present. Next is date format. So date format by default, whenever you are exporting, there is a standard format that comes. So we accept that. So you can just use that. If you are, creating manual dates like into Excel sheets or spreadsheet, then the format is, I just show you. I'll just go to import. And this is the format MMDD which we accept, and the second is this format. So ensure that all your dates are in this correct format. Okay. So when we go to the import lead, here also you can see some instructions are written. So just have a look at it. So lead's first name is mandatory field. So in Clientjoy, you just need first name. In importing, email is important because that is required for us. That is where we get to know whether this lead is already existing in the system or it's a new lead. So email and first name, these two are important. Next is whenever you are dealing in currencies, you're putting in your deal size. We generally accept your default currency. So here we do not allow you to choose work in multiple currencies. Ensure that your CSV file is UTF encoded. So by default, all Excel sheets, spreadsheets, or any exporter will give you an UTF-A. Very rarely this will happen that you do not have UTF encoded files. If that happens, we will, in import, we will tell you that your file is not UTF encoded. You can just Google online that how to convert my file into UTF-8 encoded, and you will be able to convert your file. So some of the thing is that what we have seen is that whenever you are exporting data from other systems, sometimes what happens, there are extra spaces. Sometimes there are, so if a value is not present, let's say that in the deal size, if this column, this cell is not present, so they will enter null. So some people, some systems put null, some systems put blank. So ensure that you are taking care that if there are any null, none, that kind of data, then it's better that you make it empty. If there are any spaces, in front or behind the statements, you can remove them. So these are just some good practices that you do before you're importing, so that your import is, smoother. Okay. One of the things also that I have seen is that whenever people are, you are giving email IDs, contact phone numbers, what happens is there are comma separated values. So email here, you can see that in my email column, there is only one email at a time. But what I have seen is that sometimes in some exporter, there are comma separated emails. So there are 3-4 emails. So that will also not be accepted. So ideally what we will advise you is that you have, this is the main email ID, right? So you just have one email in it. If you have additional emails, then create custom fields for email 2 and email 3, and that's how you bring that information. Okay, now let's begin the import. Okay, so I'm on the import leads page. You can see that there are 3 steps in the import. So one is uploading part. So here you bring your CSV file and upload it. Second is the mapping part. So mapping is where you tell Clientjoy that this column of my sheet is this means this in Clientjoy. And third is the summary part. So I'll just upload my file. You can upload up to MB5. So I have created 2 Excel files. One will have some errors, another has successful. So I will just take an error scenario first. Okay, so I have imported my file. If you chose a wrong file by mistake, you can just click on this remove and can remove the file. If you are stuck somewhere, if you need help, you can see that you can directly contact our support. So we will help you into migrating or importing your data from other systems. You can also read our help articles or videos, which can again guide you. And we have our available CSV file. So you can download this sample CSV file from here, and if you want to, you can just copy paste your data into this file. That will also work. Just move. Okay, so next is the mapping stage. What happens here is that what you do is that we read your file and we bring all your headers in your file in the first column. So you see that whatever name these are the headers of your file. So we just pull them in. We show you that this was your first entry that Michael's got. You can see that this was the first entry Michael's got. So that gives you an idea as to what is in that column. So you can see that this is the first entry in your CSV file which we have brought, and the column headers. Now what you have to do is that you have to map them against Clientjoy fields. So this is you telling us this means this in Clientjoy. So you will see that this will list all your Clientjoy fields as well as your custom fields here. All the mandatory fields will be shown first. So always ensure that all your mandatory fields are filled. If you have created a custom field which is mandatory, again that will also come up. So I'll just choose first name. This is last name. Yes, name. Whenever you are in your field against your file, what happens is that that field is mapped and it goes away from the available fields. So if you have by mistake mapped a wrong field, let's say that in email, in last name I mapped email. Just show you by default, and here I want to map email again, then email will not be available here. So in that case, you will just have to come here, remove this mapping, the incorrect one, correct that, and then email will be available here again. Website. Any questions so far?
Not yet.
Yes, you
I've
keep saying some things in between. So sometimes I feel that like I'm disconnected. There is nobody. Like whether it is the stream is happening or not. I have those
no,
kind
no,
of issues.
the stream is happening. If the stream is not happening, I will physically walk from my cabin to your cabin, and then I'll let you know that the stream is not happening. But yeah, I get your point. So there are no questions up until now. But if there are any, I definitely chime in and ask you, because up until now, this seems to be fairly straightforward, right? So the primary use cases that we are talking about, and you can continue with the import, the journey that you're doing, Anupama. So the primary use case that we are talking about are two situations, right? So the first situation is where you're importing all of your data and you're moving from some software to the to Clientjoy. And we've seen this happen with a lot of our customers and agencies who move from HubSpot and Pipedrive and a lot of other CRMs, and they're moving to Clientjoy. And the second use case, or the second situation where importing is kind of becomes important, is where either you've built a database or you've scraped the database and you've cleaned the database using 3 4 5 different systems. If you've been following us lately, I've been doing videos on how to do cold email marketing, and I'm also doing some videos on, we just recently published a video on how to build your email databases for free. And you can always check that out on Clientjoy's YouTube channel as well, where we talk about a kind of a quick 5 step process to build your cold email database, and then bringing them into Clientjoy and then enrolling them into a into a sequence. Or you've, let's say, attended an event, you've showcased at an event, and you've got a host of visiting cards which you entered into a spreadsheet, and now you want them to come into Clientjoy, right? So these are the primary two situations where the import happens, and up until now, the process seems to be fairly straightforward. So there are no questions as of now. But
Sure.
please carry on.
Um, Thank you. So one of the things that I have seen is that whenever you are importing a CSV file or importing data from maybe some events that you went from some tools you are using, 2 3 different tools you are getting it from there. So it's a good practice that you always create a tag, right, which is telling you that from where this information is coming in. So when I say tag, like that does not store like this came from the website's form or this came from that. It is like this, it was part of this CSV file or it was part of this import, or from where I got this data. That's just a good general practice. So sometimes what happens is that if there was some issue into your CSV file, or if there was some incorrect information that you got in and you want to remove them, then it becomes very easy for you to find all that. All the leads that you brought in from this CSV sheet, you can just search them or filter your leads by that tag, and can just bulk delete them and start your import again. So just a good
Mhm.
practice. So you can see that we have this tags. I've done it. So you can put multiple tags in here. So you can
Mhm.
say that sheet from event, some name, event name you can put. This tag is not present by default in Clientjoy, right? And if we find a new tag into your tags, we automatically create that tag for you. So in tags,
Okay.
you don't have to worry about going and creating that tags first and then coming and doing the import. Tags we auto create just for other fields which you are bringing from the custom fields. You need to just ensure that all the custom fields and their possible values are present.
Mhm. Got it.
Okay, so coming back, I'll just move to the next stage. So my mapping is done.
So I
Okay.
actually had this catastrophe happen with me, right? So when we launched import as a new feature, I was just testing it out, and the CSV file that I created, I had a tags column in that CSV file as well. The only issue, the only challenge, and this was a problem with me, right? Because I was just trying new things, and I was just trying to understand as to how this works. The only issue that happened was that I created a column that said tags, and then the first, so the database was about 50 rows, and the first row said 1, the second row said 2, the third row said 3, and then I kind of selected that and then scrolled it for all 50 of them, And so essentially my
It's
tags
just me or
column
you. I can't
looked
hear
like,
you. Is it
oh, are you
just me
not
or
able to hear
everyone?
me? I hope it's I hope it's just you. Um, People
Yeah,
who are watching
it's
this,
me.
if they
It's
can
me.
comment and let me know. Okay, okay. Oh, thank the gods that it was just you. So I was saying that essentially my tags column looked like serial number column, and I just stretched it from 1 through 50, and then when I imported that into Clientjoy, it created 50 tags, right? And so this is just to be clear, this was my bad. This is a mistake that I made. Um, uh, uh, Please make sure that all of your tags are appropriately created in the CSV sheet, or you'll find once you import your tags, you'll find that you now have like 50 tags or 40 tags that are created in ClientJoy. But Anuva, over to you.
Yes. Okay. Okay, so now we have done the mapping state. Next is like if we find duplicate email, what do you want to do with them? So you can just ignore them, or you can create a duplicate data. So you can choose that. All the leads that are being imported, who you want them to assign them to. So you can choose. It will show you all your team members. You can just choose the one. By default, they will be assigned to you if you don't change it over here. Okay, now let's do the import. Let's continue.
Oh, you just clicked. You got to give it a build up, right? This is we are importing leads. We've just
Oh, we got
gotten.
notification that okay, so no leads were imported. I'll just okay. So what happens is whenever the leads are imported, it happens, it happens, one by one. So you don't need to wait over here. So if you want, you can go and start, doing your work. We will inform you in notifications if your leads were imported correctly or not, or they were not imported. We send you a notification over here, so you can see that I have got a notification that import of zero lead. So basically, no lead was imported, and I also get an email in which I can see all the errors that have come. So just a second, I have to open my email for that.
Okay, so as of now, while you do that, as of now, I'm just praying that this was part of the demo,
This is
and you wanted to show in what cases does ClientJoy import zero leads out of 20. Please tell me I'm right.
yes, yes. So when I was choosing file, I already shared that I will be showing two cases. One in which there is an error, and in the second, it is going to
Yeah,
be.
and I was thinking, you just said that the notification says that zero leads are important. You were so casual about it. You were like, oh my God, ClientJoy has broken down. It did not even import 20 leads. And you're head of product at ClientJoy, and you're like, yeah, chill. I know zero leads were imported.
I know
But please tell us why did that happen?
this is what supposed to happen. Like I'm happy that it did not import.
Awesome, awesome. So you're happy that it did not work because it was not supposed to work, and which is but please explain why. Why are you happy that it did not work?
Just show you. Somehow my Outlook is taking time.
Of course, ClientJoy works seamlessly, but Microsoft is
No,
Microsoft is the
it's
one having
live
time.
sessions. Whenever I'm doing live screen share, and this sometimes
Yeah.
it takes.
Why is your Outlook red, by the way? Why does it look red? Like,
It's
are you
just a
angry? Just
uh,
when you receive an email, you just super angry. You like to be in the
everything that
anger.
comes in this inbox is very important. That is why it is red. I don't want to miss
Oh
anything.
wow. Oh wow. That's a great spin. That's a great spin. You should go on political TV debates.
Okay. Uh, so this is the email that you will get. This does not look like very fancy kind of email, but it does the job, right? So it will tell you
Yeah.
the issues that are there in your CSV file. So what we do is that we tell you that like there were, like there were 14 errors, like 14 rows were not imported. So there were only 14 rows. So we send you a CSV file, which is a new CSV file which we have created. We just modified your CSV file. You can say that. Just open it. Let it open.
There's got to be a way where you do this complete demo in some other email inbox, because I just realized that I could read all of your emails
I
that
know.
I sent you.
I know. I realized
If-
that, but it's okay.
yeah,
It's okay.
it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, so you can see that it is saying that the deal size should be a number. And here is my file. So what we do is that we add one column in front of your leads, and which
Mhm.
tells like what is the issue in that particular lead. So whatever we find, like if there are multiple issues, it will be comma separated errors that will come up. So you can just correct it. So the best way to correct is that you change this file only. So you just remove the first column.
Anupama, you'll need to zoom in
Again,
on
yeah,
this for us to read.
yes, sorry. Okay, I think, yeah. Is it better?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. If there would be a type mismatch, if there is going to be a field which is mandatory, not present, so everything will come over here. And this is your file as it is. So you can see that my in deal size I've written 1K, right? So here it should be actually 1,000. It's a read only file. So I will have to again download and open it again and update it. So the issue is that deal size supposed to be a number, but it is having an alphabet 1K. So right now our system does not understand that 1K is 1,000. So you will have to actually put 1 and 000 there. So you can like update this file and can re-upload it. Or to save the time, I have already updated this file and kept another file. So I just again start it. I'll just go to import again.
Mhm.
I'll just choose the right one here. And just continue. Now I'll be very fast because I'm doing it second time. So this will happen. Like the more and more lead import you will do in Clientjoy, it will become faster. Only first time you have to learn.
Yeah.
With time, we will also ensure that there is not a lot of learning. We will also, improve our journey so that a lot of errors we help you solve over here only.
Mhm.
Website, company, just source, size, requirement. All your custom fields will be available in the like, bottom of this
Mhm.
list if you are specifically searching for them. If it is mandatory, then it will come on top. Otherwise, it will be in the bottom. Okay, let's do it. Continue. Continue. So I have my desktop notifications enabled. So I like if you can. Did you hear that ping, Yash? That notification sound was it?
I did hear that. I'm not sure if that was also included in the stream. So I'm not sure whether people on Facebook and YouTube and community
You
and
could
everything
have
were
heard
listening.
two things. So one was for the desktop notification that came, which said that your need import was done, and second which came into the bell notification, which says that import of your audio release is complete. So you just click on this.
Oh, nice.
This will take you to your newly imported leads. You can see that
Oh, wow.
these were the leads that I had imported.
Mm-hmm.
So all of them here. You can just open and check them if they have the information. You can see that if there is an inactivity log, it says that this lead came via import. My
Mm-hmm.
tags, they came. My note also came. All the information that I had put in, it has come. Yeah, so here you are ready to go. So your import was successful.
Yeah, the import is successful, and we can also hear some dogs barking in the in the background. But that's okay. That happens everywhere. So that's
I would
okay.
want to say that they are pets, but they are street dogs.
Yeah, we could make that out from the barking, from the way that they were barking as well. But yeah, so this is super simple, quick and easy. I actually see all of this office characters, and I want to make a joke, but it's going to be inappropriate for this live stream, and so I'm not going to say what she did not say. So, uh, awesome. Is there anything else that you want to show us, Anuva?
So similarly, in the same exact same manner, you can also import your clients. So you just go to client and just head over to import.
Mhm.
So exact same way you can do that. This is like importing your clients.
There are no changes between or differences between importing a lead and importing a client, is it?
Uh, there is none. There is one thing which is, when you are importing your clients right now, you can only bring one contact with your client. So if you have multiple contacts, right
Mhm.
now it's not possible to import them. This is something that we will be like we will be creating that journey soon. But right now, like one client, one contact.
Got it. Got it. Awesome. So I think this was fairly simple, quick and easy for us to understand. I just wanted to end this live stream by sharing with all of you that we have our lifetime deal up and running, and so so our goal is to help freelancers and agencies have as little burden or as possible. And so one of the ways in which we do that is by creating and building and offering all the resources in terms of videos, podcasts, templates, all of those things completely for free on clientjoy.io/universe. So you'll be able to get their 15 plus resources. You'll be able to subscribe to our YouTube channel and get to see all the videos that we put out weekly, that will help you get better at running your agency, more efficient at running your agency. Another way in which we want to help reduce the burden on freelancers and agencies to reduce their monthly subscription costs. And so the way that we've gone about it is that we've changed Clientjoy pricing. And so Clientjoy is instead of paying monthly, at Clientjoy, you can just pay $129 per user and you can have Clientjoy access for life, right? So this, of course, comes with a 30-day refund window as well, and which is a no questions asked refund window. But if you'd like to check out Clientjoy, just head over to clientjoy.io and sign up and upgrade with as many users as you want for a one-time fee of $129 per user, and you'll never have to pay any monthly subscriptions in the future for Clientjoy. This includes all the features that we have. Sorry, this includes all the features that we have as of now. It includes everything that we are going to build in the future as well. You can check out the list of features on clientjoy.io/pricing, or you, of course, can access Clientjoy and check out the list of features that we have as well. I thank everyone for joining in today for this live. Thank you, Anupama, for taking us through how data should be imported within Clientjoy, whether that is for leads, whether that is for clients, how to create custom fields, how to format the CSV files, and how you gave me a mini heart attack by saying that zero leads were imported and you were super casual about it. And so thank you for all of that. We'll see you again next Wednesday, same place, same time, and we'll talk about a couple of other things that you might want to know about clients. And I can see, Anupama, that you want to say something. You're worried that I'll click on end stream, but I will not. I'm a responsible streamer. I always start and end things with consent, and so please go ahead.
Thank you. Yes, so if you are, so this is for all of you who are, new to Clientjoy and trying the import for the first time. So if you are facing any trouble, if you are not able to create your CSV file, if you are not able to, map your data, if you are having some issues in bringing some custom fields data, anything, just like contact us from the support. So we will help you into, like doing the right configurations or doing the right taking the right step into import, or we can do it for you as well. So we also have uh, a special support, like kind of a plan where we do the migration for you as
Kind
well.
of a plan, Anupama. It's not a support kind of a plan. It's called white glove migration. And thank you for it took it took our growth team like half a day to come up with the name
Yes.
of what should we call it. Should we just call it migration? Should we just call it support? Should we just call it import? And you said kind of a plan, and thank you for that. But
So
either way,
again,
please.
I am proving that I am not in sales. I'm in product. So sometimes I speak language which does
Sure.
not, which is simple to understand. But yeah, like these people
Yeah.
in sales and
Of
marketing
course.
or CEOs,
Of
they want
course.
to hear the right words.
We want to use the big words, the words that move mountains and that seem like, oh, this is going to change the world and generate enormous amount of impact and stuff like that. That's the kind of vanity that you can expect from marketing, sales, growth teams at any organization. But Anubhava, telling it like it is, please say what is included in white glove migration, or as you like to kind of a support plan.
It's very simple. Like if you want to like bring, if you want to move from one system, one application to other, like if you want to move completely from Pipedrive, from HubSpot to Clientjoy, just come to us. We will help you out.
We'll get it done. That's a good simple way to say that. We basically so the idea of regular migration is that if you don't want to invest your time into moving data from one place to other, and if you want to make sure that all of your data gets moved in the correct way, and you want to put your time into building relationships with your clients and acquiring more clients and earning and growing your business, then come in for a white glove migration, and we'll take care of that from start to finish, from whatever system that you're using to Clientjoy, and it will be ready to go from day one, right? And with that, we would end this live stream. And this is one more thing, Anupama. Please go ahead.
Yes. So in this, so recently we have also started that. So if you need like this migration or shifting from one system to other, we actually get on a call. We understand your processes, like how you are actually doing that in your earlier systems. Like how does your sales team, how does they work, and we help you also set up Clientjoy in the right way. This is the sales pipeline that you should create. These are the flows that you should internally have in your team. Do this
Mhm.
and that. So we try to internalize all your processes into our app. So that is, if you need help in that, again, just come to us.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining in, and we'll see you again next week, same place, same time. Until then, have a good time. Bye
Yes.
bye.
Yes.